Happy day students, today we shall learn lesson 7 from Behave textbook Packing written by Jerome K. Jerome. Now about the author. Jerome K. Jerome was born in the year 1859. He lived till 14th June 1927. He was an English writer and humorist best known for comic travelogue that is Three Men in a Boat, which was published in the year 1889. Other works include the essay collections Idle Thoughts of an Idle Fellow, published in the year 1886, and Second Thoughts of an Idle Fellow, The Three Men in a Bummer, a sequel to Three Men in a Boat, and several other novels. Now, about the introduction of the lesson. Packing is an extract from Jerome K. Jerome's novel Three Men in a Boat. This is a humorous extract about the confusion and mess created by people who are inexperienced in the art of packing. It expresses the utter clumsiness of the three friends, Jerome, George, and Harris. They consider themselves to be the skilled in the art of packing, but in reality, all of them have little knowledge about working in an organized manner. Hence, to the great amusement of the reader, the small job of packing is carried out by them with many jerk and jolt. Now, let us see about the characters in this lesson. We have three main characters: Jerome, Harris, George, and their pet dog Montmorency. First, let us see about Jerome. Jerome is the narrator of the story, and the entire gamut of events are depicted from this point of view. He is overconfident and rates his packing skills a bit too high. He is also arrogant and expects his friends to carry out the tedious part of packing while he sits back and passes orders. His friends, however, do not take him seriously, and finally he has to struggle while trying to pack the bag. Jerome is both clumsy and forgetful. He first forgets to pack the shoes and then can't recall where he has put it in his toothbrush or not. He unpacks the bag twice clumsily to accommodate the missing items. When his friends fumble while packing the hamper, he sits at the edge of the table and watches them because now it is his turn to have fun at their expense. However, he is an ordinary boy who ignores the shortcomings of his friends in the same way as he ignores his own. Next, about George and Harris. George and Harris are friends of the narrator Jerome. Both of them are clumsy, ill organized, forgetful, and casual as Jerome. They commit mistakes even while doing ordinary tasks and keep repeating their mistakes. Like Jerome, they too are mistaken about their talent to pack stuff and are overconfident about their performance. They damage or spoil many things like cups, pieces, tomato butter, and lemons while packing the hamper. Their action amuses the readers, especially when they misplace the butter and search for it all over the place. Somehow, in spite of making a fool of themselves while packing for the trip, they don't believe in any blame game and ignore each other's mistakes. Next, let us see about the Montmorency, their pet dog. Montmorency is the pet dog of the three friends Jerome, George, and Harris. He is a pampered pet and knows no restraints on his behavior. His animal instinct to probe everything creates a nuisance for his masters. He likes to be part of all the activities going on in the house and gets excited to see the boys packing things. He doesn't mind being shouted at and does not even respond when they try to move him away from the packed stuff. He is a energized pet, and no amount of scolding dampens his enthusiasm. He may be ill trained, temperamental, destructive, and meddlesome, but he is loved by the readers as much as his masters. His presence in the story makes it more interesting and amusing. Now, coming to the summary of the lesson. Jerome, Harris, and George are three friends who are about to set out on a journey. The story begins with the important task of packing stuff for their journey. Jerome, the narrator, overestimates his packing skills and tells his friends to let him handle it all by himself. However, real intention is to make George and Harris to do the packing under his supervision and guidance. But his friends take his advice seriously and, to his great shock, stretch themselves comfortably, leaving him with all the running around. Though irritated with their attitude, Jerome straightaway gets busy with packing. After a long drawn packing session, he finally straps up the bag. Both his friends watch him quietly, and when he is done with packing, Harris declares that the shoes have been left unpacked. The bag has to be reopened again to accommodate the shoes. An irritated Jerome is just done with packing the shoes when he is reminded of his toothbrush. Unsure of having packed his toothbrush, Jerome has to empty the bag and hunt through all the contents to locate the brush. After a lot of efforts, he finds the brush in one of the booths. Anyhow, the bag is packed again. Next query comes from George regarding the soap. Jerome is so irritated by this time that he does not even bother about this query and straps up the bag. But the very next moment he has to unpack it again as he had packed it in his spectacles by mistake. Eventually, it is past 10 when the packing is finally done. Keeping in mind the amount of time taken by Jerome to pack the bag, George and Harris decide to pack the hampers themselves and show Jerome the real art of packing. Montmorency, the pet dog, contributes his bit to this exercise of packing by sitting on things, climbing into the jam, and crushing lemons as though they were rats. Finally, the packing gets over at 12:50 at night. This is followed by a discussion on the wake up, and George is so tired that he sleeps off even before the time is decided upon. Jerome and Harris decide that 6:30 in the morning would be the right time to get up, and then they go off to sleep. The message of this lesson is: the chapter humorously describes the do's and don'ts of packing. Packing should be treated as a frivolous activity but as a serious task that involves concentration and deftness. Another message the account gives is that if we have a pet, it should be trained well. Thank you, students.